Okay, Darry, we are going to test today the lovely Tandon TM262 hard drive, and we're doing that on the Cromemco Z2 system with the STDC hard drive controller. Just booting the system. So the system is now booting actually from a floppy, so we can just test the hard disk completely independently. I believe the disk is already formatted. I have got a record and I'm going to amend that record to update the disk information table as we go along. So what do we in fact have? Okay, so let's get back to the computer. Let's check the screen pausing off, and we're going to do a disk info of STD31. I can tell the disk's connected because if it hadn't been, I would get a status error message from the hard drive controller which tries to find stuff. Okay, so we see we have got an STDC hard drive. The date's wrong, apologies. It's got four, so this disk label is what's written onto the header of the disk. I could actually write anything onto this disk, but when it was previously formatted all that time ago, so it was told that it was 615 cylinders and 4 heads, and in fact there's a partition. First partition of 4 meg and then a second partition of 20 meg. So I believe the first partition is Cromemco 167, and there's some Z80 Cromemco code of the Z80 versions on the second drive disk. It's being disk D07. Okay, so we are going to do a read all -a of /dev/std31, and we're going to go now. So to refresh everyone's memories, this is reading every byte from every sector and every track of every cylinder of the whole hard drive, and we're just doing that to satisfy ourselves that the disk can be read. And after that we may even mount some of these partitions and have a little look as what I've put on them. This relates to a testing I did in about the year 2010 or thereabouts, and since that time the drive's been kept powered off, hermetically sealed in a climate controlled cave, and the drive's now in England and is being tested prior to distribution. I managed to waffle my way up to cylinder 200. We have no errors so far. We're testing all the surfaces. I think at the end I'll power down the drive so you can hear it powering down, and then I'll power it back up again just so you can hear the power up sequence, but everything is absolutely fine. Fantastic, so we have read the whole hard drive. There are 0 defects on this disk. Don't forget, disks of this period would include defects, and it was up to you and your operating system of the time to remap those defects, typically to give you a contiguous good space on the drive, and any defects would be mapped with an alternate track table, which is what you can see here. So allocated 16 alternate tracks, but we're using 0 of them, and you can see that the alternate track table has nothing in it because the disk is absolutely perfect, which for a 35-year-old plus disk is pretty damn amazing. So what are we going to do now? We're going to just do, let's just do a free of STD0, just to see partition 0 is really still there and still working, how much space is on there. Yep, it is. We can do a mount of std0 and 2/hd, which is unlikely to be there. Hang on a second. Last one is /. Let's mount it onto DA, shall we? Mount of device STD0 onto /DA. And ls-l of /DA. You can see there are all the Cromemco files and directories. I can say find of /DA-print. Should print all the files in that mounted partition. Let's have a little look. Yeah, you can see it's happy. The disk is absolutely perfect and working fine. Now, of course, this is formatted for Cromemco systems, could be formatted for an early IBM PC, so reformatted for an IBM PC, or any of that kind of vintage 80s genre of computer system. Just don't forget, this is an MFM hard drive, it's not an IDE hard drive, it's not an ESDI hard drive, it's an MFM hard drive. Okay, so the last thing to do is to shut the baby down. So closing Cromemco, shutting it down. I'm now going to power off the drive. You'll hear it powering down, and then you'll hear it powering on again, so you can tell that it's a good product. Okay, here we go, powering off. 3, 2, 1. Powering on. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Thanks for watching.